Shakur Stevenson isn't just fighting a challenger. He's fighting for his soul in a sport that's starting to question if he's still got that dog in him. The whispers have grown louder. He's too safe, they say. He's all defense. No danger. But on July 12th, those whispers meet Luis Alberto Lopez Zepeda, a man who doesn't whisper back. He swings. He charges. He ruins carefully laid plans with fists that don't ask for permission. This isn't going to be a technical showcase. It's a declaration of war. Either Stevenson finally silences the critics with violence, or Zepeda drags him into the kind of hell that footwork can't dance around. Forget respect. Forget rankings. This fight is about who flinches first when the lights go white hot in Queens. Zepeda isn't just walking into enemy territory. He's coming to burn the house down. He smells blood in Stevenson's last performance. He's seen the hesitation, the lack of venom, and he's betting his entire career that Shakur won't pull the trigger. But if Zepeda is wrong, if Stevenson shows up with that old fire in his chest and ice in his veins, we're not getting a boxing match. We're getting a demolition, and someone's legacy might not survive the fallout. Shakur Stevenson is stepping into what could be the most defining moment of his career. On July 12th, under the bright lights of Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York, Stevenson will put his WBC lightweight title on the line against William Zepeda, a man known for his relentless pressure and explosive power. This isn't just another title defense. It's a high-stakes chess match that will test the very core of Stevenson's skills and resilience. For Stevenson, who has built his reputation on technical excellence, precision, and a style that frustrates opponents into submission, this fight is about more than just retaining a belt. It's about silencing the growing murmurs of discontent, proving he can adapt under fire, and showing the world that he can thrive, not just survive, in a firefight. The man in his corner, trainer Greg Hackett, hasn't minced words when talking about the challenge ahead. According to Hackett, Zepeda's constant forward pressure will force Stevenson to elevate his game to levels we've never seen before. Zepeda isn't the type of fighter who takes a round off or gives you space to breathe. He's in your face from the opening bell, throwing punches in bunches with bad intentions. Hackett understands the gravity of that threat and believes Stevenson's ring IQ will be tested like never before. But he also sees the path to victory. Stevenson's footwork, timing, and ability to fight off the back foot could neutralize Zepeda's aggression. And if Stevenson can touch the body early and often, it might sap some of Zepeda's energy before the championship rounds. Hackett is confident, but he's also realistic. This won't be easy. It'll be a war, and that's exactly what Stevenson needs right now. A war. His recent outings, while technically brilliant, have left fans cold. Against Edwin de los Santos, Stevenson outboxed his opponent with ease, but the lack of action turned the crowd against him. Against Artem Harutyunyan, it was more of the same, a masterclass in movement and control, but a snooze fest for anyone hoping to see blood and grit. The whispers have gotten louder. People are starting to question whether Stevenson has the fire to match his finesse, whether he can entertain as well as he can dominate. This fight with Zepeda is a shot at redemption, not because Stevenson has done anything wrong in the ring, but because public perception in boxing is fickle. Fans want fireworks. Critics want risk. If Stevenson can stand his ground and fight back against a bull like Zepeda, he can reclaim the narrative and remind the world why he was once touted as boxing's next great superstar. On the flip side, William Zepeda comes into this fight with everything to gain and nothing to lose. The undefeated Mexican slugger has been climbing the ranks with brutal efficiency, stopping 27 of his 33 opponents and leaving a trail of battered bodies in his wake. But this is different. This is Shakur Stevenson. This is the big stage, the title shot, the moment every fighter dreams about. For Zepeda, this is validation. Every drop of sweat, every long night in the gym, every tough sparring session has led to this opportunity. But raw aggression won't be enough this time. To beat Stevenson, Zepeda will need to be more than just a pressure fighter. He'll need to think, adjust, and maybe even reinvent himself mid-fight. If he charges forward recklessly, he'll be picked apart. But if he can find a way to cut the ring off, slow Stevenson down, and make it a phone booth fight, he might just shock the world. As the days tick down to July 12th, the anticipation continues to build. This fight isn't just a clash of two elite lightweights, It's a collision of two philosophies. On one side, the surgeon with gloves, who dissects opponents with surgical precision. On the other, the predator, who hunts with raw power and overwhelming pressure. The stakes are sky high. If Stevenson wins, he positions himself for mega fights against names like Gervonta Davis, Vasily Lomachenko, or even Devin Haney. If Zepeda pulls off the upset, the lightweight division is turned on its head and a new star is born overnight. The fans want drama. They want danger. And with these two fighters, they're going to get both. Because when styles collide and pride is on the line, there's no telling what will happen once that first bell rings. What makes this fight even more compelling is the backdrop of New York City, a place steeped in boxing history and home to some of the sport's most iconic moments. For Stevenson, a Newark native fighting in Queens adds a layer of emotional weight. This isn't just a title defense. It's a homecoming of sorts, a statement to his East Coast roots, and a chance to cement his legacy in the city that never sleeps. The crowd won't be passive, and Stevenson knows it. He's not just fighting Zepeda. He's fighting the ghosts of Madison Square Garden, the legends who came before him, and the pressure to prove that he belongs in the pantheon of greats. The lights will be brighter, the air will feel heavier, and for someone who thrives on control, Stevenson will have to find a way to stay centered amidst the chaos. Meanwhile, Zepeda has embraced the role of the underdog with a chip on his shoulder and fire in his chest. He's not coming to New York for a paycheck or to lay down quietly. He's coming to wreck plans, to blow the doors off Stevenson's carefully crafted style, and to make it ugly. Zepeda isn't here for a decision win. He's gunning for a stoppage. That mindset is dangerous, but it's also thrilling. Every time he steps into the ring, Zepeda fights like a man who believes he's owed something by the universe. He sees Stevenson as just another name in his way, another body to break. But what he might not fully grasp is how calculated and unforgiving Stevenson can be when threatened. If he overcommits, if he gets too eager, Stevenson will punish him, and it won't be flashy. It'll be cold, efficient, and devastating. This kind of contrast, calculated brilliance versus chaotic intensity, is what boxing desperately needs right now. In a sport often diluted by politics, padded records, and promotional standoffs, Stevenson versus Zepeda feels refreshingly raw. It's not about selling a million pay-per-views. It's not about trash talk or drama outside the ring. This is about two fighters with everything to prove and everything to lose. It's about a stylistic puzzle that could either unravel in one explosive moment or slowly burn into a 12-round thriller. The purists will appreciate the technical mastery. The bloodthirsty fans will crave the violence. And for once, both might leave satisfied. But the risks are real. If Stevenson gets dragged into a brawl, if his legs betray him in the later rounds, or if he fails to command the respect of Zepeda early, the fight could shift dramatically. Zepeda doesn't need to win every moment. He just needs to land one meaningful shot to change the course of everything. Conversely, if Stevenson dominates from the outside and makes Zepeda look foolish, the damage won't just be physical, it'll be psychological. For a pressure fighter, missing constantly, getting countered, and watching rounds slip away is mentally exhausting. The longer Stevenson keeps his rhythm, the more desperate Zepeda will become. And desperation can be a gift or a curse, depending on how you handle it. As fight night approaches, both camps are locked in. Every sparring session, every film breakdown, every diet tweak matters. There's no room for error, not in a fight like this. And no matter what happens on July 12th, one thing is certain. The lightweight division won't look the same afterward. Whether Stevenson reasserts his dominance or Zepeda bursts through the door with both fists blazing, this is a moment that will echo long after the final bell. It's more than a fight. It's a reckoning.